Punch cards.
But yes, you'll go down to the analytical engines and find Rickman's office. When you enter, you discover the donkey here that would match Rickman's description. He looks really young for analytical. He's at a desk reading a magazine.
What magazine?
Crud, I can't remember. Fancy Lads magazine. Hey, he's gonna look up and say, yeah, hello. How did you get in here?
Gotta pass. I'll just hold up like my increasing string of passes that I have.
Space Patrolman. Hello. He stands up, putting the magazine away.
Oh, I imagine we're like Benny from the Mummy with all our passes now.
Pretty much. But so this is Corvus, Blaskowitz, and Captain Proteus.
That's right.
With this guy. So he stands up and looks all nervous. It's like there's two of you and a captain of the Space Patrol.
We're fans of your work.
No reason to be nervous. I presume you have no reason to be nervous. We're just here doing a sort of.
He looks really nervous.
Following a line of investigation. Now, can I get a roll here to see why I think you'd be nervous?
Yes, you can. That would be a roll of mind. Questioning is the skill to look into the soul of men.
Sorry, was that mind and questioning you said?
That is correct.
Okay.
I will not assist you in fear of botching.
I don't understand emotion.
Yep. Corvus doesn't care. I love how you like talking to your unfeeling computer guy. What if computers replace people? Well, I'm already halfway there.
Now, my personality is nervous. He is nervous as well.
If you rolled, it didn't come up.
Oh, no, I haven't rolled it yet. I'm just saying, my person. Okay, hang on. I'll roll. Then I just want to see if I can claim nervousness.
Personality is a claimed bonus. Roll it after you.
There we go.
So you can roll. Okay. One success, like I said, he seems really nervous, but it's not immediately clear why. You could ask some more probative questions and see if you can suss it out of him.
Like, why are you nervous?
Rather than the probative questions, because I myself are nervous, the fact that he doesn't seem to know what I'm talking about, and I'm getting flustered about it. I'm going to use my nervousness so that he is like giving me information to make me feel better. Does that make sense?
You can roll an extra D12. That taps your personality for the day.
Yeah.
But it is appropriate to your character. You immediately look into it. Wait, you're nervous. I've seen that kind of... What kind of nervous is he? Wait a minute. The way he looks young, the way he's not wearing this proper outfit, and also I've read the file. That's not Dr. Rickman.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so...
Armed with this knowledge, what do you do?
See, Dr. Rickman,
yes, that's me.
Oh, can I see your identification for a moment?
I have it right here. He says, handing you a badge. It has a picture of Rickman, who, admittedly, on the picture ID that he hands you, he does have a resemblance to Rickman. But, like healthy, clean living is taking years off your life.
Can I interpose real quick?
Didn't you meet, though, Doctor, at the Electromagnetical Games Convention? In Wisconsin last year?
I love games. And then Dr. Corvus walks closer. What are you doing, Dr.
Well,
Corvus?
I don't need to walk closer. It's just we still have those radio gen detectors.
Yep.
Okay.
The two of us, and I'm just wondering if we could just, like, while they're talking, just, look. Because I believe we had him in goggle form or something like that.
Oh, go ahead and roll a D12. there is not any like volatile atomics other than the ones you might be carrying, pistols that these guys.
Right, so I just want to make sure if he was armed, then that would show up.
He's not armed.
All right, I just wanted to see if that was a risk while the good captain was
It's also
conversing.
incredibly obvious that you do it, but he submits himself. Yeah, I love electronic games. They're great. I play them all the time. My many friends, competitive.
So were you? So we did meet then at that convention, didn't we?
It's been a while. I don't
Okay.
remember everyone. I'm sure you were really good at games, sir.
There is no such convention by that name, sir. I've just made it up. Also, games
Oh my
are a
God.
pastime for children, and I'll throw the badge down. Now, who are you really?
Don't hurt me. My name's Tony. No, Rickman told me this would be an easy job. He says no one ever comes down here. All I need to do is punch his card in and out, and he's going to pay me money for this. I'm in trouble, aren't I?
Hey, that's
You
a
are
sweet
in
gig
trouble,
you got
but
there.
Fireable
yes,
offense.
it's trouble that can be mitigated though, by if you help us.
What do you guys need? Oh my God, he's a terrorist. I knew he was a terrorist.
Oh, don't be so dramatic. We're just looking for him. He's got some work, and we want to ask him some questions about it. If he's just playing hooky, you do your thing. We're not here to clean up MMC's employee record,
Well, I
But
don't.
I
Of course,
imagine
if you don't, we'll arrest you.
I don't know where he is. I haven't seen him in a few days. He
he's
paid me
got to
some
pay you
cash in
somewhere.
advance.
Can you contact him for us? Perhaps say that there's been some trouble with an analytical engine and you don't know how to fix it.
Well, yeah, I can call his home. I got his number right here. Here, I
Is
gotta
he
go
is
ahead
he at home?
dial 9 again, outside line.
Is he at home?
You ring and there's no answer.
So what do you know then?
I know that. Well, I met Rickman, in a bar one night, and well, anyway, he said I could make some quick cash if I just could go ahead and sit at his job for a bit. That he had to go take care of something. I didn't ask what it was. I kind of need the money. This is a really easy job.
All right, I get you. Maybe tell us which bar.
The Tranquility Lounge.
Tranquility Lounge. Well, sounds like a nice place.
Yeah, it's very nice. What are you guys? What are you guys gonna do?
Tranquility Lounge. The eagle has passed out.
Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and start asking around. What you can do is you can go ahead and keep up your hard work, as I see you're just very deep in that magazine.
I mean, yeah, the lights blink all the time. I don't know what any of this means.
If they're still blinking, I assume they're working. So you're
Oh, this
doing
one
great.
stopped blinking. This one stopped blinking a while ago. I don't know if I should.
Then panic.
Ah! But yeah, I haven't seen him for 3 days.
Huh. Last place you
Should
saw
we
him was
bring
at
him
the
with us?
Tranquility Lounge. I guess we got our place to start then.
Well, okay. So
Should we
do you
bring
want?
him with us though, or
Yeah, do you want
arrest
to bring
him?
Tony
Because
with you or not?
we don't want him to like warn the real Dr. Rickman of what's going on.
Well, I think we've intimidated him enough. He's not going to. He's happy to keep being Dr. Rickman.
Now, there's another matter, though. There's a matter of public order and regulation and compliance with law. And we now have this unlicensed analytic engine operator operating these analytic engines. And this is the payroll department. So you're getting into the Sockley-Orbane Act. You're getting into other compliance reviews, personally identifiable information on those punch cards.
Boring. Proteus, please don't kill me like this.
I mean,
I
This
isn't
is
want to
a
that
go get a
very serious
drink.
matter.
isn't
Fines
that an
ending up within
infraction
thousands.
against Dr. Rickman and not this kid?
Yeah, the
Well,
kid's
it's
fine.
both. We can't have this potential data breach to be
Proteus,
left
Proteus, I'm gonna
unremediated.
put a big
So-
arm on your shoulder.
You could attempt to arrest him for, I'm not sure what crime. I guess work fraud.
Impersonation,
Fraud. Yeah.
conspiracy.
Right, but that's again, those are crimes that fall under Dr. Rickman.
potential
kids.
financial crimes.
He's
'cause
an
he's working for
accessory
these-
to those
At least
crimes.
he's also a minor.
You could also just report him to Martian Metal Security.
Or he cooperated with us, and if we promise
Yeah.
not to do anything, he probably won't do anything.
So the first question I'm going to ask is, when you leave, because you got some information out of him, do you want to take him with you?
Mm-mm. My vote is no. What do you think, Proteus?
So the ID we have for Dr. Rickman is the actual Dr. Rickman, like the pictures we have.
It
on
is
that
the
ID.
actual Rickman. You can see there's a resemblance, but you're also wondering, apparently no one has been looking very hard. In other words, this Tony here has like disguised himself, but you can tell that like he's like faked his mustache and put powder in his hair to try and make it look a little bit older. You can with your 2 successes, you can tell he was disguised. And then you talk to him for like 5 minutes and sussed him out. So yeah.
They'll get the feeling he's honestly innocent. Like, or I mean, not innocent. But nothing more than laziness.
You get the impression his story is legit. That he said Rickman was paying him for a few days so he could leave, do something, and that he's been here for 3 days. You get the conviction from his mannerisms and stuff that he's telling the truth. The real question is why he'd be doing this, because Rickman's supposed to be like a gambler. Like, where did he get the money for this?
I mean, if you are pushing the letter of the law, this is an unauthorized kid in a restricted area.
Right. So the first question I would have is, do you want to take him with you because you're officers of the law and you need him for crime investigation? The next question I would have is, are you going to report it?
Can my radio
Got
record?
other things to do, Captain.
We do have other things.
We could
very well.
inform
We
it.
will report him after.
You know how my radio can transmit video and all that stuff? Can it record as well?
We didn't put recording on the list. I guess we should add that something later. We should add another gadget, which is recording.
Time to go back and improve on your work, Corvus.
Let me.
What do you mean, like right now? Boom! Now I got recording. I've got you on video, kid.
4K HD. It doesn't even exist yet.
I got you on video, admitting to your crimes.
Recorded on
Video?
the glass disc.
Oh no. Well, what do you? I mean, I'll help in any way if this is something like terrible or whatever. I just needed the money. Please don't hurt me. Don't ruin it.
I understand you have a very basic but venal motivation there. We want you to continue what you're doing. Let us know if you hear from Dr. Rickman. We'll give you our radio telephone number. And otherwise, don't tip off his hand. Otherwise, you could be guilty of some very serious crimes. There is financial and personal information in these databases here. You get a lot of trouble.
Oh, okay. Our radio.
But look where life of crime brought me.
Realistically, in order for him to contact you, you need a radio, all he phone. But
Make a brand new one on the spot.
Our radio frequency number.
You could have him call Dr. Fillery, and Fillery would forward.
Right on.
Okay,
There you go.
I'll do that. I'm sorry. I'll never do anything terrible like this again. Okay, you don't believe him when he says that.
And stay in school or something.
Drink your milk. Don't
Yeah,
do
that's a good one,
crimes
Corvus.
or drugs.
Don't forget to eat
Whatever
your
it is Earth
vegetables.
people
Eat
do.
your vegetables.
Don't do Earth drug.
Listen to your mom.
Yeah, stop smoking reefer. Meanwhile, speaking of reefer, let's go to Team Crime here. Team Crime had 3 successes. So let me see if I can. Okay. Sorry, I couldn't find a better picture of the Tranquility Lounge.
That's okay. Strangely enough, I'm fitting in very well, despite my strangely enough my out of time slang and shenanigans.
Yeah, apparently, people find that charming.
Out here, I fit right in. Who'd have thought people out here in Mars speak my language? What do you think? What do you think, Ralph?
It's really quite interesting.
Well, after the atomic wars, the Moonbase that was set up by a lot of rocket early rocket jockey veterans, and there's some memorials here. So yeah, the fact that you're like a charming person out of time, although I don't think you actually run into anyone who recognizes. There's no like octogenarians here. But yeah,
well, I have my collar up and I have my shades on, so nobody knows.
But the Tranquility Lounge, despite its fancy name, is actually a bootleg operation that is I guess they're using distilled alcohol and other fermented potatoes to make really, really bad like Pruno alcohol to serve to people. And it is indeed one of the gambling operations that's going on where people are playing poker and cards and that sort of thing to go ahead. It's also you can already tell once you start talking to people. Like you go to a couple places like this, but you go deeper underground. And this place here is the Tranquility Lounge is being run in what looks like it used to be a refinery for water, oxygen. You're not sure, but it's been repurposed. And even though the area is off limits and hard to find, people are pumping electricity in here and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, especially brokering deals and that sort of thing. So you feel right at home, Ralph.
Interesting, yes.
Yeah, you'll talk to some people, and well, most notably, you'll know people not to talk. And also Lancer, you're just kind of in awe, but the more things change, the more they stay the same.
It's like, hey, it's the same house rules back when I was in the. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, it's just like the old flappers of bootleggers. But you'll talk to several people, but the most important one is Willie the Snitch. He's an
I trust him already.
Yep. He's an armadillo whose plates have broken multiple times and have been resealed with solder. So he has like strange crisscrossing patterns across his back. Yeah, and he says, yeah, I mean, I don't care if you guys are... and actually, are you guys wearing your Astro suits? Or are you guys obviously cops?
No, I'm actually wearing my out of time outfit.
That's right.
Our Astro suits have no markings on it, do they?
Yeah,
the Astro suit that was given to you by the Space Patrol as the Space Patrol outfit, but I believe your job is safecracker. So yeah, you guys actually have your own clothes. So
you should have your own outfit, dude.
Yeah, you guys have your own outfits.
If we don't have to worry about decompression or anything, then yeah, Ralph would be wearing his handy outfit, so looks like he's ready for a job.
And neither of you guys, I think, have Astro Soak. That's hilarious. Neither of us are wearing suits. And
no, I have Astro Soak.
Oh, that's right, because you're a pilot. Okay. But yeah, but Willie, will say, yeah, if you guys got some cash, I mean, yeah, maybe I've seen them, maybe I don't. What are you guys offering?
Depends on what you have to say.
Well, we definitely want to make it worth your while, good sir. So, Ralph I'm sure he knows what a good bribe to a small-time criminal like a snitch would be.
With 3 successes,
never going to raise too high up in the ranks.
With 3 successes, and I haven't gone through a lot of money, you could pay him a bribe, and you think you'll get something out of it. So you pay him most of your money, right down that you're down to a little bit of money. Yeah, and he'll take the cash and say, yeah, no, if you're crud. Well, I might know that I've seen some of these donkey guys down here a while ago, but I think if your friend is gambling, there's only one guy who does eventually all the gamblings down here have to go through our local crime boss, Mr. Murdisto.
I love that name.
Randomly generated, so I had to go with it. Yeah, he is running a lot of the operations here, and I think I heard something about how Murdisto wanted to expand the operations, and thought maybe if he got one of them fancy like electronic brains or something like that he could be doing a lot more with that. But that's not the kind of stuff they do up here. All I know is that recently, sometimes the lights up here kind of go out, and someone's redirecting power to something a lot lower. But I don't like to hang out down there. That's when the really creepy stuff happens. Plus, I hear that they're smuggling Nazarium and other of the really toxic radiogens. You don't just want to go blundering around below in the deeper mines. You might get your face fried off.
Yes, of course. Sounds like this is a dangerous place. It's no wonder it's so safe.
Rodisto gets a cut of everything you see here, he says. Even the girls and the boys. I mean, if you're looking for something, a warm bed, a kind word, fast card game, big stakes, down here in Tranquility, it all goes through Murdisto. As to where Murdisto is, I think he doesn't live here. He makes the big money. He's probably over, in Tranquility. He's probably got a high-rise penthouse in one of those big fancy hotels. Why are you guys looking for him anyway? You guys don't strike me as big high rollers. You're not. You guys aren't one of those weirdo futurists, are you?
No, he owes me some money.
Good luck with that. You don't get to be an ultra-rich crime boss by giving payouts.
You let us worry about that problem.
No, if you guys need anything, just ask for Willie.
All right, there, Chrome Dome.
Hey, I like the way you talk. I can't identify your accent, but it sounds really charming. It's weird. Anyone else would sound like my grandpa.
And I just chuckle and I give him a...
You are also here at Tranquility Lounge, where there is gambling, prostitution, and bootleg alcohol. If anyone wanted to commit any crimes, you could do so. Otherwise, your boss is probably going to show up pretty soon. And let's face it, Captain Proteus is going to cramp your style.
Oh, yeah, he's totally not about this scene, Ralph. This is our scene.
Of course. I agree.
Look at that face. That's the face of a style cramp.
Although he's going to speak to Lancer surreptitiously and say, I think we should go deeper, look for where they're drawing that power from. So we should probably look for a large conduit and follow that.
Yep. So do you want to immediately go deeper? Do you want to report in? Do you want to commit a crime, or do you want to do something else?
Let's look for the power source and make our way. Wait, why?
Well, we've got radios, so we can report on the way. Unless they don't work below ground.
Remind me why we need to find this power source again.
Because that's where they're drawing a lot of power. That's making the lights flicker. It might be thermionic agents captured our good Dr. Rickman and are having him work down there.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
I'm down for that.
So you go to radio in. Please roll a D12 to see if your Martian radio actually works.
Oh boy.
I'll do that and sacrifice my radio just in case.
Okay. It works. All right. So as you've as team company is finishing up their work, you get a call on your radio, on your two-way wrist radios with video, and there's, Ralph saying, hey, I'm going to go look for a power source.
He's going to explain the whole thing where the power is being drawn. He thinks the doctor might be there doing work for the thermionics.
So they're going to go search deeper. Captain Proteus and Corvus and Blaskowitz, are you going to rendezvous with them or do something else?
I think we should rendezvous with them, but I'm also going to tell them that the doctor we found at the office was not the actual doctor, so they should be looking out for him there. I mean, they already were, but something's going on. So he's like sent this guy to cover for him in his absence. So maybe he's doing something nefarious down there with all that power in his.
Dun, dun, dun.
engines and so forth. Yes. Question is where should we rendezvous? Like they seem to be saying that we wouldn't fit in, but I mean,
Well, you can
Well,
bypass.
You don't
where
know
we
that.
were.
You don't know that.
They can
That's
describe
our
where
secret.
they're going to describe. They're going to go in deeper tunnels, so they describe to you where it is, like Sector 7G.
Okay. Why don't we meet up with them and then we can be the uniformed backup just in case they run into trouble or something. We can come busting out with our
Okay,
bad report.
choose one of team company, which is Proteus, Blaskowitz, and Quasar. Choose one of you to be the lead. The others can assist and make a roll of speed and observation. So meanwhile, while you're arguing that, Lancer and Summers, the ability to identify where the couplings would is you're going to have to go ahead and use voltmeters to go ahead and measure the power supply. Do either of you guys have handy outfits?
Yes, I did say that. That's what he was dressed in.
Yep,
so
I thought
very
so.
good.
All right. Then I need you to make a roll of speed, craft, observation, and a bonus D8 from the outfit. Because as a safe cracker, it's useful to have an outfit to monitor power because you want to look for alarms.
Can I also roll an observation as a team player?
Yes, because you can assist. As a team player, you almost always want to assist. Because even if you screw it up, it only hurts you.
All right, so I need
So
to
the
do
two of you are wandering around,
speed, craft,
you
observation.
wander past Tranquility, past some doors that say, this is what I love about you guys. Hey, let's go ahead and look for live power lines. Hey, do either of you guys have Astro Soak? So if you accidentally get into an area that's irradiated or decompressed, you would know the warning signs? Nah. Let's go look for power. The two people least qualified if you accidentally wander.
You can roll another D12 because
the other D12. Okay. Wow. 3 successes. You guys are he gives you direction.
4 successes.
4 successes.
I'm also well you guys have 4 successes. I'm looking at team company, which is they describe where they went and Captain Proteus just gets out the map and goes, okay, we're going here. and not only does he make good time, he also refolds the map as nicely and as precisely as he opened it in the first place.
No,
how'd you do that without crinkling it, Captain?
You roll it, no wrinkles.
No, you guys roll your maps. Captain Proteus folds him.
They put it back in my map holster.
Oh my god, a map holster. I love retro. Wow. Well, with 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. Yeah. Normally, this maze of cables, but you will go ahead and trespass deeper into this place. I keep clicking. Okay. Deep in. I wish I had better stuff than this, but most of what you're in now is there are these tunnels dug straight into the rock, but often there's cables or lights or stuff bolted to the sides. But yeah, you'll just keep getting the voltmeter out and tap. Woo! Okay, this one's live. But as you're getting deeper into the mines, you guys have 4 successes. You hear something moving around. I assume that the two of you press yourselves up against a wall to hide before whatever's moving around gets closer to you.
Yes.
Okay. What comes into view is what looks at first to be an old-timey spacesuit, like one of the old thick diving suits they used to make, but it's moving in such a way that it reminds you of one of those animatronics that Dr. Quasar builds, except this one moves very orderly and humanoid. It doesn't look as weird or as ramshackle as one of those. Also, when it starts to get closer, you can see that it's got markings on it that identify it as an authorized worker robot. You weren't aware there were worker robots down here. Do you want to remain hidden? Do you want to confront it, or do you want to do something else?
I'd like to try to remain hidden, but also take a look at it to see if it's been tampered with in any way, and that's why it's down here. So would
I'd like
that
you
be
to
a
make,
mind of?
I'd like you to make a roll of mind, evasion, and you get an extra d12 if you have the stealth.
Okay. Let me check and see if I have stealth. Nope, just streetwise.
Yeah. No, you're a safe cracker. You don't have to sneak up on the safe. It's right there.
Do I have to roll as well?
You don't have to if you don't want to. Yeah, the robot will get within 3 paces of you, Ralph, and to the point where you can get a good look at it. You'll notice that the back panel on the robot's head case, where its cyclotronic brain would be located, is aftermarket. It's a different panel. It's not the right size and is bolted on there pretty ugly. The robot pauses, looks around. It looks definitely like a worker robot. It's got one big arm on one side and 2 tiny arms on the other side, and a variety of tools that can snap into place that are built into it. But you just want to get a good look at it, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure I can do anything about the aftermarket panel without alerting it and possibly having it radio home.
Yeah, and you don't have any specific like anti-robot weaponry or anything.
No.
We should just observe it.
Okay. It stops, looks around a little bit, and then wanders off. Armed with this information, do you wander the way the robot went? Do you wander where the robot came from? Do you stay here and wait for your friends to show up? Do you do something else?
Did the robot come from the direction of where the power source came from, or is it going?
Yeah, this hallway has a power conduit in it. It's not where the power source came from. The power is coming from the main lunar station's atomic reactors. It's going somewhere deeper. The robot came from deeper in the mine.
Got and okay. Yeah, we'll just wait for everyone to show up, and we'll keep that in our mental Rolodex and stay hidden.
Okay.
Well, actually, we'll see if we get. We'll see if we get
powers, robot guards, and an underground gambling conspiracy.
We'll actually tap out a little warning saying, "Hey, warning! There's there might be someone patrolling down here." So
roll a d12 to see if your Martian radio still works.
Here we go.
It does. You warn your friends that they might meet a worker robot and show them a blurry picture of the robot. If Dr. Corvus wants to record it, he can roll another d12. He does. It's good that while the two of you like hide and wait, you can hear that robot go down the hallway from where you came in, and then you'll hear the sound of a door being slammed shut. And this is the door that you came in. You will then hear a crackling static sound as it sounds like a robot welding shut the door that you came in here.
Good thing I'm here.
Oh boy.
Don't worry, sir. I can get that door back open.
Okay, so do you continue to sit and wait?
Well, we're gonna need that door open so our captain and the goon squad can come through. So we're gonna wait for a little while, and then Ralph's going to open the door.
Okay,
I'll cover him while he's doing that.
So what happens is that robot goes down the hall, welds the door shut, and then walks past where you guys are again. And meanwhile, the three of you, with your excellent directions, get down there and find this door that is still warm because it's been welded shut.
Well, this is unusual.
Yeah, I think Ralph told you he's going to go ahead and try and open it.
Yeah, so that would be Minecraft and sabotage.
It would be.
Seems right.
This suggests to me that we're arriving at like a plot critical moment.
Yeah, and meanwhile, I'm covering him while he's doing that, pointing my gun,
You're covering it.
down the hallway.
It's messy, but the welds are still pretty new, so you will get the door open. And I guess Dr. Corvus is there with his big volatile atomic pile going. Oh,
Not
that's right, you left
carrying the nuke with me.
world's smallest nuclear explosion.
I didn't make it miniature. I did make it as big as I possibly could, though.
You actually made that one heavy, but I think you said you left that on the ship.
I did.
Yeah, because you could always make another one.
Yep.
So all 5 of you are deep in the Lunarium tunnels. I guess you start heading down the hallway. As you are heading down the hallway, before it branches, you will hear that noise again. It sounds like the robot's coming back because you opened the door again.
We'll hide somewhere and let it pass by.
If you all
honestly.
If you all want to hide, that's going to be a roll of will and evasion with a bonus d12. Because these guys were here before.
Can I, like, hide in plain sight? Like, not hide at all, but
Ooh,
I am a
that's-
robot. And I just stand there?
Yeah, but you
Deception.
want to you can roll will and evasion.
Well, I'm not rolling anything, so they're gonna see me no matter what.
Okay.
I have bad will and I have no evasion, so
Okay.
I'm just gonna be a
So-
robot in the hallway.
Everyone else finds some sort of conduit to hide behind. You just kind of freeze. The other robot.
Well, I could sacrifice my success to give you an extra die.
Will you take that, Corvus? Will
No,
you let
just
someone-
hide. I don't care. I'm not invested.
You can
So
seduce
are you
the
hiding?
robot.
Are you hiding or not?
No, I've said 3 times no.
Okay. So Dr. Corvus is standing out in the open while the rest of you hide. When the robot comes around the corner, it will stop. It will patiently walk up to Dr. Corvus. And even though it has auditory human interface devices, because they have these so they can talk to people or warn them, it doesn't speak out loud because Dr. Corvus is a robot. Dr. Corvus, do you want to look? If you want to look like not important, I need you to make a roll of mind and deceit.
I think I may have just fucked.
I understand the feeling of having no applicable skills.
I look super important.
Ooh.
I don't know.
The robot walks up to Dr. Corvus and attempts to open Dr. Corvus's surface panel.
Uh-oh.
You're back.
Dr. Corvus, do you permit that?
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I'll let it happen.
Are they mating? What's happening?
It's kind of weird. It opens it up. It messes with a couple wires, and Dr. Corvus, I need you, Dr. Corvus, tap your mechanosoap.
Okay.
It's tapped out.
Yep.
As the robot turns you off. After it disables the mechanosoap and basically cuts like some of Dr. Corvus's internal power supply, it walks away towards the door where you guys came in.
Well, once the danger's passed, I guess we need to go up over to Dr. Corvus and go, so, wait, has he ever actually been turned off before? How do we turn this guy back on?
Dr. Corvus is
Oh,
not
no.
off. It just disabled his mechanosoap. It just opened him up, cut a bunch of wires, and left.
Was that like robot jealousy? Was he like hating on you for being here, Dr. Corvus. I don't get what just happened there.
I'm gonna guess we probably need to get parts and supplies to actually repair him. We can't just like do an impromptu repair down here, right?
It takes about an hour to repair that.
Right. So we're just going to have to proceed from here.
I mean, you don't have to get anything. I actually carry on me enough mechanical parts to fix one tap of mechanical soak.
Right.
It's just
But I
gonna
don't think
take
we're
it-
going to spend an hour here because if we did,
Yeah.
we'd just keep encountering the robots again.
Let's just leave before Mr. Roboto comes back.
I feel
only-
as
it's
though we
only
have
a
at least
robot.
learned something important.
Why don't we wait for the robot to come back after it re-welds the door and see what it does? Like maybe it'll try and bring Dr. Corvus back to the or not
You-
Dr.
you
Corvus.
want to
it'll try and
wait
bring
or
her
you
back.
want to
Yeah,
press
Dr. Corvus.
You wanted to kidnap Dr.
Yeah,
Corvus?
wait, I agree with this plan of action. Just I will remain in place as though I was still shut down and see
see
how
if-
the thing reacts.
Okay, so you guys all go back and hide.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys hear this time there's more welding because it takes more effort to shut the door a second time. And then when the robot comes back, it'll pause, turn, look Dr. Corvus up and down. Dr. Corvus pretends to be dead, right?
Right.
With your mechanosoak disabled, you're very good at that. And then that robot wanders back down the hallway, back where it came from.
Didn't take the bait.
What bait?
It makes one wonder
Dr.
why
Corbett.
it's programmed to turn off machines that it encounters.
That's a good question.
I mean, one would also assume that it is the only robot operating in this area. Otherwise, it would turn all other robots off, it seems like.
Well, also, Dr. Corvus, I'd like you to make a roll of mind and observation. I'd like you to bonus D8 because Ralph already showed you what the robot looked like. And you were very also close to the robot when this happened. Okay, remember I said the back of the robot's head has an aftermarket panel on it. You got a pretty close look at the robot when you're pretending to be dead. Now that you got even closer to it, you could see that whatever brain was in this robot has been replaced with a much different. Usually, when you meet Earth terrestrial robots, they have, by your standards, pretty primitive brains. But this one it was just a lot more upgraded parts. It looked like maybe they came from another source or something like that. It was really weird. It's definitely been tampered with.
Understood.
In fact, you have 3 successes. Yeah, if you saw this again, you would be able to recognize the unique handiwork of the way the solders were made. So I guess armed with this knowledge, do you continue to go down the tunnels?
I take one quick moment
And if you have some more questions, let me know.
to produce an Astro outfit now that I'm no longer airtight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hold on, guys. I'm going to put on this backup Astro outfit. Zoop. Okay, so I suppose you'll go down the hallway.
That's the plan. Deeper into danger.
So the hallway, after you go down deeper into it, you will discover you're in a lunarium mine. There are lots of like plastic tags and graffiti on the walls that say unsafe, do not use, cave in, and that sort of thing. But there's also a clear path of where that robot went. So you either go off on one of the a side tunnel that's labeled unsafe, or you could go the way the robot went, which is also labeled unsafe. So you want to go in uncharted territory or robot territory?
As long as we're following the direction of the power source, that's where we're heading.
Well, the power supply also goes off in the robot direction. It's going to go to by the time you're got this far and doing the astrosuit, you will hear the sound of another chunk noise, like a door being. And when you get to the end of the conduit, you can see the thick conduits go into a nice big airlock door, and that door is shut. Beyond it is an airlock, and beyond that is another door that's shut. What's weird is that in that airlock that you can see is there's a robot in that airlock just sitting there sideways so it could face either door. It's not, and Dr. Corbus will tell you that's not the same robot we saw before, even though it's the same model. Look, you can see that the joins on the welding of its aftermarket brain are slightly different.
Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have to bum rush this robot.
Well, also this airlock is sealed.
Right. So we're going to have to break open the door, deal with the robot, then break open the next door.
You could use force to break open the door, or you could try to jimmy it open.
We have a safe cracker.
You do have
Jimmy's my middle name.
This is your job.
Three successes.
Wow. Well, that's 5 successes.
5 successes. Wow.
You guys just push the open button; it pops right open.
What are you talking about?
Okay. So you will open that, but remember what I said, you can see through the portal in the airlock that there is a robot sitting in there. What is your plan to deal with the robot that's sitting in? You can also tell that it's active. It has lights on.
I mean, I guess we go with.
Last let you grab it. I'll try to shut it down by breaking into its head.
All right, I'm gonna grab it.
Okay, so the door pops open, and it pops open so quickly that you will that Blaz, I'm going to give you focus.
Ooh,
so
okay.
And you're within reach. So what do you want to do to the robot?
I'm within reach. I have focus. I can aim for an extra D12, and I can go ahead and guard in case something nasty happens.
So you attempt to grab the robot. The robot kind of turns to look at you and will attempt to dodge. So go ahead and try to attack the robot.
I have a high of an 8.
Sadly, the robot has rolled a 7. Grabbing your favorite thing?
No, it's not, but I still won.
All right, that is 1 success.
Can I also help? I actually have grappling as an ability.
Well, you could attack if you want.
Yep, that's what I mean.
Grabs it.
Yeah, I'll just put wrestling.
Okay. How much damage does this do?
I believe it's just going to be 1. I gotta take a look at my list right here. Here we go. Yeah, it's just wrestle. So damage plus 1.
Okay.
Hey, so I do 3 damage to it.
Oh, 3 damage to it. Wow.
Yeah.
I'll also 2 of that. You do cosmetic damage to the robot. When you bang it around, some of the paint job and stuff, it gets scratched up and scuffed. Bits of it fall off, but nothing important.
Yeah, take it up, press it up against the rock wall, and it just starts scraping.
It will say something in a robotic voice of, unauthorized robots and being a contraindicator event.
Shh, my friend will take care of everything.
Does anyone else want to bash on the robot?
Here, I'll roll my fighting roll. 2 successes.
Well, this is a duel, so you have to roll higher than me. I've rolled a 1.
So you definitely rolled higher.
I rolled a 4 and a 5.
And a 3.
Yeah.
Everything higher than 1 counts. This is a duel.
So
did you just punch a robot?
No, I grappled.
Okay, so you also grab the robot. It will soak none of that. So Blazkowicz goes in, grabs the robot, and drags it out. And then Lancer jumps on it.
And I literally, like a cat, I just grab on its back and I'm like this with it.
Well, you rip off its antennas. You have tapped my mechanical soak, so you actually break stuff. But the robot is still standing. It's just sparking like crazy.
And there's a giant bear hugging it, and a cat on the back hissing on it.
Now, you haven't made any loud noises yet, so because you fire a ray gun, that's a loud noise. Is there anything else any of you want to do?
Ralph, you're up if you want to sabotage it.
Yeah, are they holding it still enough that Ralph can tinker with the brains?
It's a robot, and I didn't actually put any rules in for that. Why don't you go ahead and attack with your speed, craft, and D12 sabotage, and I'm going to go ahead and try and dodge. Yeah, you remove the brain.
Excellent.
I already tapped at my mechanical soak and my cosmetic soak. So yeah, put it on its knees, remove its brain. This is like signature move.
All right. Well, Doctor, do you want to reprogram him?
You basically destroyed it already.
No, well, it's
Well, actually, yeah. Well, you can now examine the brain. This is definitely the work of some sort of gadgeteer parts. This is definitely a more sophisticated brain than you've seen before. But yeah, it would be possible to attempt to put the brain back in and reprogram it if you could roll high enough on mind and craft. But yeah, now that you have a close look at it, also you can tell that the parts that were used in this are definitely like nothing that are common that you've seen before. In fact, they look like improvised gadgetry parts, like as the work of some sort of mad genius.
You said it was better than I'm used to seeing. But
Well, like there's a lot more relays going on. You look at that and say, "Wow, I never thought of aligning the capacitors all in a row like this." That would give you a sonic transwave that would operate at gigacycles, allowing for a much faster processing speed.
sorry,
The
I'm
doctor's
just
in
pointing
love. I
out.
think the doctor's in love here.
No, I'm not even that. I'm looking at it mechanically versus descriptively. Where you say it looks better than I'm used to seeing, but it's rolling a D8 to do things, whereas the things I'm used to seeing it roll D12 to do things. And it's like that seems worse to me.
Well, this looks more reliable because it doesn't have a breakdown.
Oh, okay.
Like
Oh,
everyone
okay.
agrees that your robots move fast and move quickly, but they have a tendency to overexert or fall over.
Actually, yeah. So if I could try to do a roll on the body itself to make it remote and animatronic, and I'll save this brain to put into my missile.
Okay, so you pocket the brain and build your. So Dr. Corvus pockets this brain and says, "Don't worry, guys, I'll build a better brain for this robot."
Hey Ralph, help me make it look like this robot's still standing here.
Okay, so the two of you will repair the cosmetic damage. I need a gadgeteering roll from Dr. Corvus. Okay. Um, technically, the robot's a vehicle, but we're fine. All right, so you want to make it remote and animatronic.
Well, yeah, I mean, a vehicle, adding that to it would only require 5 successes, so I still succeed. Yeah.
Okay, so it's remote and animatronic.
I mean, technically, this would take 2 different rolls. You want me to make a second roll?
No, I'll compromise. It's somewhere between an outfit.
Mhm.
And you guys did disable it. And the other two guys repair the cosmetic soak. So you repair the cosmetic damage. So it doesn't look like you guys bashed it against the ground and ripped its head off.
So instead of having it do whatever reprogrammed actions it would normally do, I'm just
Now
gonna have it, remote control it through the wristwatch, radio, video camera down the hallways.
And you actually haven't keyed it, so any of you guys can.
Yeah. Just like the ship, technically.
Yep. Just make
Although
sure
technically, no. Throw this out there now in case this comes back to bite me. The ship is keyed. I did make sure that the ship has a key code.
Yeah, but make sure you turn the dial from ship to robot. That'll be one embarrassing thing. Okay, so now that you got the robot under your own remote control and you put the brain case back on it, it looks pretty much the same. What do you want to do with it?
Should we bring it with us or leave it here to guard the door?
Well, no,
yeah,
as I
pop
was
it up,
saying
let it
before, is that you can remote control it down the hallways and ahead of us. And since you can see on your wristwatch what it sees, since it's got the remote, you can then, it's a good test to see what's coming. Also to see who reacts to it.
In other words, instead of you guys going into the next room, you could send this robot into the next room and look through the cameras to see what it sees, instead of all 5 of you going to the next room.
Now, my question is, the airlock, did the original robot that we were following, did it go through this airlock or did it go?
It's not here, so it must have gone through this airlock.
Okay, this is like a dead end though, right?
This is a dead end. This is a airlock door, dead end, and there's another door over here, which even though that door has a window in it, it's frosted over.
Okay,
like
so
someone's painted over it.
Do we have our spacesuits with us, our astro suits?
Some of you are wearing your astro suits, but you guys have enough time to check. The other door, even though it's an airlock door, the other room behind it is pressurized. You can see the
Okay.
little barometric pressure liquid, because they would have a liquid with a bubble in it, because of course they would.
I mean,
Right.
I did
Okay.
put my astrosuit on because we're on the moon.
Right.
Any
do you say-
damage
what do
to
you-
the walls or anything.
When you say frosted over, you're referring to like frosted glass, not like actual
Yeah,
like
someone either scratched it or painted over it with some sort of compound so you can't see through it.
it's like a bathroom window. Okay.
What bathrooms do you
It's
go
not
to?
like coated with the extreme frost of absolute zero or something. Okay.
And now that you look at it, it looks like someone deliberately painted it.
Or is it candy glass?
It's painted over.
Shatters
Try and
on
jump through to
impact.
see what happens.
Well, I'm a giant metal creature, so I'm sure I'll shatter it.
It was candy glass after all.
And it's painted over from the other side.
All right, let's send this robot through the
So, all
airlock.
right, you're gonna go ahead and send the robot through. Who is the robot pilot?
Corvus, it's his show.
All right, Corvus, roll a d12.
Send a robot to pilot a robot.
All right, your remote
Ooh.
still works. Now roll the d12 for the animatronic. It's d12 for animatronic. Right?
I'm getting better every time. I'm learning it.
You open the airlock door and send the robot through. Through the robot's cameras, you can see that it opens into a larger chamber that at one point might have held some sort of large machinery or maybe a breeder reactor, because normally they don't make rooms this big underground or pump them full of air. And I'm hitting the wrong. There we go. Because you can see this is a pretty large chamber. And there are some cables that go across the floor. Also in this lab are like various boxes of garbage that might have been looted from other place. There are 5 other robots in, all of them like different, like they're cobbled together from different parts. And all of them are clustered around this center thing, which, as you can see, is some sort of blue Dymaxian oval here. And there are cables on the floor that run to this oval. As you send the robot in here jumping around, a figure comes out of the oval. It is a late middle-aged donkey fellow wearing a lab coat.
Dr. Rickman.
And he says, no, what are you doing in here? He says, and walks over to the animatronic robot. His description matches that of Dr. Rickman.
Also, just to clarify, the device that we were described before, they had 3 different parts. One of it was an outer chamber that would resemble this, right?